TurboTax Live action kicking off Sunday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern on Fox. This is our show. Good morning, football. Thanks for choosing us this morning as we're presented by Truist live in New York City ahead of Championship Sunday. My name is Kay Adams, Kyle Brandt, Peter Schrager, and I saw Nick Burleson hitting the sugar. Candy before the show today?
Just a minute, Kay. Want to make sure I have
What's going on up here?
James Robinson sent us bandanas, so I wanted to rock it. Tell him I appreciate it. One of the perks of the show is that players, teams, they send us some cool stuff, so I want to show him some love by saying thank you, man. I appreciate the bandana, fam.
I love that. At GMFB with your thoughts, your questions. We're doing it all today on the show. Let's bring in Ian Rappaport. He is our insider, and we are 2 sleeps away from Championship Sunday, and we still don't know the status of 2 very important, pivotal superstars. What's going on with Patrick Mahomes, Ian, and Antonio Brown, and good morning.
Good morning. Let's start with Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, the biggest question heading into this Sunday is Patrick Mahomes going to play? He is still, as of right now, in the NFL's concussion protocol, but we've seen some progress, significant progress, over the last couple of days that makes you think that Patrick Mahomes will be ready to play on Sunday. The reason why he practiced on Wednesday, and then if he practiced on Thursday, you'd know that he didn't have any setbacks as he deals with the concussion protocol and tries to progress. Well, he did practice Thursday, took most of the snaps, really been light practice. Doesn't sound like anyone is doing much of anything, but the fact that he was out there represents positivity for the Kansas City Chiefs. The hope is that when they get out there to practice today, he does it on a full basis, practices the entire time, and then you'd think he'd be on track to play Sunday. Meanwhile, for Antonio Brown, different situation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Remember, he's battling a knee injury that he suffered this past weekend, had an MRI, didn't seem to be serious, was labeled as day-to-day, but he has not yet practiced this week. They say he is going to be a game-time decision, but obviously, if he is out there and practicing today on Friday, that means at least he's got a shot on Sunday.
Appreciate the updates all around. Getting very excited over here in New York, as I'm sure everyone is across the country looking ahead to Championship Sunday. Ian, talk to you in a bit. We're kicking it off at Lambeau Field. Bucs coach Bruce Arians, well aware of the quarterback on the other sideline and how well he's performed all season long, especially how he can manipulate an opposing defense. Take a look.
He kind of invented that stuff, and I mean, Aaron's outstanding at looking one way, throwing the other. His ability to make plays out of nothing, I think it's one of the best in the league because he can just flick that ball, be so accurate with it, that whether it's deep, short, and his movement in the pocket, I think he's one of the best there is.
High praise from Coach Bruce Arians, but let's be honest, he is a quarterback of his own, playing at a pretty high level over the last 5. Take a look. Brady's been on fire. 343.4 yards a game with 14 touchdowns to just 1. These numbers, by the way, he didn't play a whole game. He had less than 200 yards last week, but this is what he's done. Powerful performance from a quarterback going into this one. It's going to be on Tom, in my opinion, to go into Lambeau and go shot for shot with Aaron Rodgers in this one because of how well he's performed, just like what Coach Arians is saying. So what do you think, Schrags, outside of Brady, who obviously this is huge for his career? He wants to keep the Bucs rolling. Supporting cast matters. Brady does too. What needs to happen for the Bucs to upset the Packers?
I think a lot of things have to happen perfectly for them. And I think we can talk about all these other X factors, but as we head towards kickoff, I think back to February. And you're like, why February? Well, it was pre-pandemic. It was now think of the Combine. And what the Buccaneers front office had to do, they had to decide, are we really going all in on Tom Brady? And would he even take our call? And they probably envisioned things and said, all right, he's going to get the Chargers and the Colts and the Dolphins and other teams, and the Patriots might want him back. What can we sell him on? Well, we can sell him on young playmakers. We can sell him on great weather. We could sell him on a coach who is going to coddle and maybe even enhance what he has going on as opposed to maybe being a separate force than him. And we can sell him on, we can win a Super Bowl also. They need everything to go right on Sunday. Rodgers is that good. Lambeau is that intimidating. The Packers are playing that well. But to me, this is why in February they decided to go all in and scrap Jameis and scrap any Teddy Bridgewater talk and scrap any trade ideas, not go in the draft, and bring Tom Brady. I ask you guys this to start the show at 7:06 a.m. Do you think this game is close on Sunday? I mean, straight up, do you think this game is close? Fourth quarter. You do? Kay, do you think this game is close?
Yeah, I do.
I actually don't.
You don't? Okay, well, that's 2-1. Let's say it is close, and it's in the fourth quarter.
Talk about it.
Is there any other person on this earth that you would want to see under center for your team in a close football game?
Wasn't it maybe the other guy on the other side?
The other guy matters.
Yeah.
The other guy hasn't had moments like Brady.
Yeah.
On the road, fourth quarter, in Lambeau.
So excited.
Brady's going to have a moment. And Brady is going to have to make all of the work that he's put in to get to Tampa and all of that trust that they've put in him really just kind of manifest. And I think it's going to be one of those deals where Brady is going to be the one who says, guys, this is why I'm here. Mm-hmm. This is why we're here. Follow me. Mm-hmm. I'm the greatest of all time. I can get us to the finish.
Do you think it'll be close?
You nailed it.
Oh, I think it'll be close.
Yeah. You do? You nailed it. I mean, that's it. That's going to happen. We can already see it. I just would say more on the field, when they were selling Brady, a big part of that selling point was like, Tommy, we got a defense. We're going to play defense. Yeah. We're going to do it. It's going to be like just in the good old days with Vrabel and Brewski and Seymour and everything. I think Tampa Bay to win this game. I think they need a hero. Bonnie Tyler style. One of my favorite things this time of year is when individual defensive players take over. We see it all the times with quarterbacks and wideouts, but we've seen Von Miller do it. Yep. We've seen Rondé Barber do it. Dion in '94, Ray Lewis in the first Ravens. The defensive players that take over. And I think that for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's Devin White. I think it's the guy in the middle. I think he terrorized the Superdome. I think he has to have the game of his life and take over this game. The fact is, guys, Aaron Rodgers has thrown 5 interceptions all season. 2 of them were on back-to-back series against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, against this defense. Devin White did not get either one. Devin White is healthy. He is happy. And if you're worried a young middle linebacker going up against Aaron Rodgers on the road in Lambeau, is he tense? Is he nervous? Take a look at what Devin White's been doing this week as he prepares for the biggest game of his life. He's doing a damn photo shoot with our souvenir that we sent him on the field, doing the photo shoot, flexing the thing. They did a whole thing, Tampa Bay. That is the biggest flex I've ever seen. I mean that literally. That is where his head is at. The guy's posing with a scepter and a novelty T-shirt from our goofy show before he plans to take on Aaron Rodgers. Incredible thing, incredible intensity from Devin White. I think he can take over this game. And just a little FYI, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers said that Devin White wanted to do that photo shoot on horseback, and the protocols did not allow it. That is how locked in this dude is, and now he gets number 12.
Hey, they are so young on defense, and they are so excitable, and they're calling themselves the Gravediggers.
Yeah.
Is it almost like they don't even know, they shouldn't, they're not, obviously they're not phased. He's doing a photo shoot. Are they almost too young to
Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly.
Maybe
is that how this feels?
Yeah, maybe. Hey, I mean, he's never been in Lambeau in the Stakes. Maybe let's just go play football, ride my horse, get my scepter. Let's do it.
You don't know what you don't know, right? You're spot on, Straggs. Yeah, it's about Tom Brady, and then you're talking about that defense. You know, Bruce Arians said, we got a defense too. We're familiar with the playmakers on offense. It reminds me of a conversation I had literally yesterday. I ran into a neighbor of mine. He's a snowbird, so he spends most of his time in Tampa. And we start talking football. Of course, Nate, what do you think? Who are you picking? What's going on? And then we have this conversation about Tom Brady. And I said, it's the biggest call your own shot in sports history. If they end up winning this game and then him winning a Super Bowl, him leaving and going to Tampa of all places. I'm doing the Nate Burleson dramatic thing in a conversation with a neighbor. And he said, Nate, wait a minute. Tom Brady ain't no fool. You know exactly where he's going. Good coach, good defense, playmakers, skill players, running backs. And as he's talking, I'm like, you know what, you're right. It's not like he chose the Jags. This dude went to a place where he know he can win. And what's going to help him out? We're familiar with the wideouts. We talk about them all season long. But it's the running backs. You want to talk about him winning this game. In a close one, Straggs, he's going to have to lean on Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. He's going to be able to hand that ball off. And I feel like that was also another conversation Bruce had. He said, not only will we get you pass catchers, I mean, if you can convince Gronk to come out of retirement, we're looking at AB, but we're going to give you some running backs. And Tom, I know you love having running backs. And he got some dogs back there. So if he's going to win a close one, occasionally, in that weather, he's going to have to turn around, hand the ball off, and his running backs are going to have to do this. Pick up those tough yards. I don't need a 50, 60-yard run downfield. I just need you to pick up the first down and keep the sticks moving and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. I feel like Tom has everything he needs.
He does.
This could be the most talented roster you ever played with. Let's see if that works in the game.
I don't know who you're picking. I never
End
know.
of the show, right?